Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about data breach and how you can protect yourself and some of the controls you can think about if you are managing your enterprise, and also as maybe a victim of a data breach, what can you do to protect yourself as a user of some of the enterprise applications. Now we'll try to talk about the FCPS in context because this is something that showed up in the news, and if you look at the internet, it's been flooded now with FCPS data breach news articles. So let's go over what that is and how we can protect ourselves from data breaches. So let's quickly start with FBCS and what that is. So FBCS, it's the Financial Business and Consumer Solutions. That's the company, and they're a debt collection enterprise. They typically specialize in recovering consumer and commercial debts, like if you have car loans, healthcare bills, utility bills, student loans, and credit cards. They will go and try to collect the debt. So that's the company. And so what happened? If you look at some of the facts from the FBCS data breach that happened, uh, it exposed over 3 million. So initially, it was reported that about 1.9 million of Americans' personal informations got breached, but later in June, it was confirmed that over 3 million Americans' personal information was leaked to cybercriminals. So what kind of information that was breached? It included full name, social security number, which is very sensitive, we all know, date of birth, and driver license number or some kind of ID card. Now, if you think about this, okay, this is exactly what you need to open a new bank account, apply for a new loan, maybe even change password of existing accounts that you have. Okay, so this is critical. This is very, very sensitive. Okay, if you look at the timeline, what had happened, the FBCS attack actually happened on the Valentine's Day. That's February the 14th. Okay, it's very interesting that the bad guys they choose February 14th to attack this particular enterprise. And the discovery of that breach was not realized until February 26th. Okay, so that's how long it took for the company to identify there is a problem. And the victims, they were actually notified in April 26th. So there's a more than about 2 months of gap between when the breach had actually occurred and when the victims came to know that, yeah, my personal information is out there somewhere, right? So let's go to the next one. So first of all, what is FBCS? They are doing to help their customers when they think the information may be breached. So they're offering free 24 months, about 2 years credit monitoring and identity restoration service. Okay, and if you feel like you are one of them, make sure that you get this one free service. Absolutely. Okay, and why do you think they're offering? Because now, as we know, our name, social, date of birth, our driver's license or ID, it's all exposed. So if I'm a victim, I'm more susceptible to phishing, identity theft than any other kind of social engineering attack. Okay. So it's very important that we have the credit monitoring enabled. So now this slide I have as a general slide is not just about FBCS data breach. It's about any data breach. If you think about and look at the news, data breaches are very, very common today. Like a couple weeks back, maybe 3 weeks back, we had the news about the Snowflake data breach. It's one of the largest data breaches that happened as well. So if you look at some of the common problems when we see these data breaches, there could be many, but questions that we should be asking ourselves, like was there MFA enforced on the user accounts? Did we Did we have very strong monitoring and alerts for the user access and their activities? Are we using a SIEM? Did we follow the principle of least privilege? Like if one user should be having read access to their own account, do they really have that? Or did they somehow get an access of higher privilege, like an admin access who can log in and may be able to look at other people's account as well? Okay. And also, did we do regular security audits? Like there are lots of different frameworks today, ISO 27001, NIST 853, GDPR. There are lots of different type of uh, regulatory audits that are available. We should be conducting all of that, and especially for the financial organization, there are SOC audits as well. And the question that we should also ask: did we provide enough training for our employees? A lot of time, employees, we have to trust them, and a lot of times we, the humans, we are the weak link. Right? We may get a phishing email and we won't realize and click on that link and we would get a malware installed in our system. So that's important that we train our employees so they are able to identify these phishing and social engineering attacks and not just give out sensitive information to a bad guy, right? So the last slide that I have really is for you as a victim. If you feel like you are a victim, what can you do? What can be done? Okay. So a few things we already mentioned that you please and go ahead and sign up for the credit monitoring. Okay. So if you're coming from a different data breach, a lot of time you can go to the credit bureau and a lot of them they have a free monitoring service. Okay. Then they will have a paid version as well. But the free monitoring is already available from many different services. So just go and check if you have something that you can use for free, and there are other services as well. If you just do Google on it, there will be paid services that you can pay a few monthly fees and you will get this protection for yourself. If you feel that that's needed, you can go with that as well. Absolutely change password. Now you need to change password for all the accounts that you have and not just the account that you think that's breached. The reason is most likely you are like a lot of people, lots of people like us, like me, who might be having the same password at multiple different accounts, right? If I go to one bank, then go to the healthcare, then go to school, then go to Google, then go to work account, we may be using the same password for multiple different accounts. So that is the risk. Like if you one of your account gets compromised, and if the bad guys gets your username and password, they're gonna try to go to every single other account that you have. Maybe go to Gmail, go to your bank, Bank of America, Chase, whatever it is, and they will try to log in. So definitely change your password. And when you're changing password, make sure to use a long password, a complex password, and change it periodically. Enable MFA. MFA is the multi-factor authentication. Lots of applications today they offer MFA by default. You just have to download an authenticator app. There are many different kinds available. Some from Microsoft, from Google. Even if you go to App Store, you find some. And most MFA they can be integrated with different type of authenticator applications as well. So make sure if you have it available, absolutely do that. The other thing that I highly recommend that you can go with the three top credit bureaus and you can create a fraud alert on your credit. Okay. Even better, what you can do and what I suggest, you can even freeze your credit for about a year. Okay. Just freeze your credit so no one can use the personal information that's exposed and open a bank account or apply for a loan and hurt your credit, anything like that. So what you do, you completely freeze your credits, and if you need one, okay, you may need some credit at some point, you can just go and talk to the credit company wherever you're applying. You just tell them, hey, I freeze my credit, I have frozen my credit, and when I'm applying, please let me know when you're going to run the credit, so I'm going to go back to the credit bureau and there will be a button to unfreeze your credit for a short amount of time. You can do that once they have done their validation and credit check. You can put it back on. So I highly recommend that one as well. And another thing, be very careful about the phishing attempts, because now you're more susceptible to all kinds of attacks. And also, I have seen that once your information is out, okay, you might see that many new accounts showing up in your name from your bank or a different bank that you don't know about. So keep on high alert for those. And unfortunately, you have to call all of these accounts. If you get an email or a mail, like a actual paper copy in the mail, you gotta call your bank or your credit company, whoever it is, and tell them, hey, this is not me. Somebody else must have used my information to open this account. And finally, again, monitor your credit score for anything new account. If you don't get an email or a paper mail, maybe somebody has used a different address, it's not coming to you. Definitely monitor your credit and make sure that you are identifying any activities that you have not done. So that's about it. So that's about a general data uh, breach protection that you can do. Other things that you can do from just a basic security standpoint, always keep your system up to date. If you're using Windows, turn on the auto update. Mac, do the same. If you're using a Linux, run your upgrade time to time, and make sure that you're using a system that is safe, secure. Have your Windows Defender or your antivirus program up and running, get the patches, and stay safe. That's all I have. If you have any comments, please share it with us. If you have any experience, please share it with us. And like if you like the content. Thank you.